So you can sit in a chair or you can sit on the floor. Use a pillow or a block or a blanket to support your sit bones if you need that. And today we're going to be continuing our exploration of the prana maya kosha, or the energy breath body in yoga. So in yoga we have those 5 layers. We have the physical, the energetic, the mental emotional, the consciousness, and the bliss body layers. And right now we're working on that second layer, the energetic layer. And what we're going to work on specifically today is the root chakra, or chakra, which is the basic or root energy center in the body. So this energy center is located at the base of the perineum, between the tailbone and the pubic bone. It also includes the legs and the feet. And this energy center is all about being grounded, being connected to the earth, and having your basic needs met, your basic physical needs being met. So let's start by closing the eyes and take a moment just to feel the parts of your body that are making contact with another surface. So feel your sit bones. Kind of let yourself rock a little bit from side to side, and maybe rock a little bit forward and back, and just notice where you can find center so that you are balanced right in the middle of that root. And then send your awareness down your legs and down into your feet, and just feel that connection to the earth. So maybe you're pressing down into the feet, maybe you're pressing down into the thighs, and just feel yourself kind of dropping into this rootedness. So as you're breathing, you can start to imagine the roots, just like a tree, growing from your sit bones, from your legs, from your feet, down into the earth. Imagine those roots tapping deep down into the earth, maybe even reaching all the way down to the center of the earth, anchoring ourselves solidly, safely, and steadily into this human experience. Now let's take a moment to bring the palms, hands facing down on the thighs. And you can spread the fingers and just gently press the hands down into the thighs and gently grip the fingers into the legs. So this action of using the hands to assist in the grounding helps to also anchor the heart space. Now as you inhale, feel that subtle lift in the upper body, through the rib cage, through the chest, along the spine. And as you exhale, feel that quality of release. The exhale reinforces the anchor. So every time you exhale, let yourself sink a little bit more into the strength of your roots. We are here being held and nurtured by the earth, safe and secure, with all of our basic needs being met. Let yourself feel how that sense of groundedness can create a calmness in the nervous system. So we're taking our energy from the scattered maybe fearful, wondering what's right, what's true in the world right now. We're taking all of that scattered energy. We're going to take a big inhale, reach the arms up. Imagine you're grabbing all of that scattered energy. And as you exhale, just kind of press your hands down through the center of the body. Feel like you're taking that energy and you're just grounding it. You're going to press it down through the center line of the body and then put your hands on the ground. If you can, put the hands on the ground and press it down into the earth. Let's do this a couple more times. Inhale, reaching out and around to gather up any of that fear, that scattered energy, that uncertainty. And as you exhale, just press it down. Press it right down through that center line. Maybe get your hands even on the ground and imagine that you're moving that stuff down into the center of the earth, to that hot, fiery core, letting it be transformed and transmuted. Let's do this one more time. Big inhale, reaching the arms out, around, and up, gathering up any of that scattered energy. Exhale to press it down. Move it down that central channel and root it into the earth. Press it into the earth. Letting yourself again connect to the quality of being grounded, of feeling secure, anchored, rooted. Good. And then when you're ready, go ahead and extend the legs out in front of you. So if you are sitting in a chair, you can go ahead and just extend the legs out any amount. If you're sitting on the floor, extend the legs out long in front of you. Start to press the hands either down into the thighs if you're in a chair, or alongside the hips if you're on the mat. So you can feel the back of the legs reaching long. Maybe the heels are rooting, the back of the heels. Feel your sit bones, those roots there, and feel the roots through the hands. Now, as you inhale, begin to feel the length and the lift from the rib cage, the chest, and the spine. And as you exhale, let yourself anchor down a little bit more through the hands, through the sit bones, and through the reach of the heels. So we're working in our staff pose here. The staff is an assist to anchoring us when we feel a little unsteady on our feet. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Inhaling to feel that lift and rise through the rib cage, through the chest, through the spine. Exhale to feel the roots through the hands, through the sit bones, through the length and the reach of the heels. Let yourself take a couple more breaths here. Now, when you feel ready, go ahead and bend the knees just a little bit. Bring the feet a little bit wide. Take an inhale as you lift the chest, holding the back of the thighs. And as you exhale, fold the upper body over the thighs any amount. So start to bring the ribs toward the upper legs. Maybe you wrap your arms around your thighs and just rock a little bit here from side to side. As you rock, feel the anchor of the sit bones rocking on either the chair or the mat. And then begin to bow the head. So let the head drop down. Imagine that third eye space at the center of the forehead, surrendering to the earth. Letting the nervous system move to a more grounded space. Let yourself rest here in this very gentle forward bend with a deep bend in the knees. Letting the rib cage continue to move forward and down toward those thighs. Continuing to wrap the arms around the legs. letting the head be heavy. Feeling the groundedness of this pose, the weight through the legs and the feet, the weight in the sit bones. Taking 2 more breaths in this forward bend. Now, when you feel ready, release the wrap of the arms, lift the chest and the head. Extend the legs out in front of you once again, letting the legs be a little straighter this time. We're going to bring the feet to hip width apart, lengthen through the heels. Find that staff pose again. So if you're in the chair, the legs are as long as you can get them with the heels on the ground. The hands are pressing down into the chair or the thighs to reach up through the chest. And if you're working on the ground, the legs are extended with the toes drawing back, the heels reaching, sit bones level, shoulders moving onto the back as you press through the roots of the hands, the sit bones, and the reach of the heels. From here, draw the navel in, keep the rise of the chest. Inhale the arms out, around, and up over the head, any amount. As you exhale, let your hands come down onto your thighs. Begin to hinge forward at the hips, moving the chest forward, moving the body over the thighs, this time with the legs a little straighter. Arms can slide down the legs any amount, coming into a gentle forward bend. So rather than trying to reach for the toes and really overstretch the back, let yourself melt into this forward bend. The inhale creates a little bit more length in the spine, and the exhale folds the body over the legs any amount. Let your hands, arms, elbows, and shoulders relax, and feel the head just getting heavy. So you can feel the heaviness of this forward fold, creating that sense of being grounded, of being anchored to the earth, safe and secure. Feeling as you bow in, as you surrender this offering of letting go, of release, creates a calming effect on the nervous system. Let yourself take a few more breaths here. Now, when you feel ready, draw the navel in, use the support of the arms to bring yourself back up to seated. Taking one more exploration here of our staff pose. The hands press down into the earth, the sit bones level, the heels reach, shoulders moving onto the back, chest rising. Gentle breath moving. Feel the solid anchor of the body to the earth. And as you are anchored here, start to feel how the safety of that support, the safety of that anchor, allows you to lift and open through the heart space a little bit more. Now from here, if you're sitting in a chair, you're going to cross your forearms and let your forearms rest on your thighs as you drop the head down, coming into a modified happy baby in the chair. Now, if you're working on the mat, you're going to lean over to one side and sweep the legs back behind you and come to your hands and knees. From the hands and knees, we're going to move into a child's pose, one of our very grounding postures. So bring the toes together and let the knees move a little bit wider than hip width. Press down into the shins and start to move the hips back toward the heels any amount. Find your happy place. Notice how the knees are responding to dropping the hips. When you find your edge and the correct position of the hips for you, start to lower the chest toward the mat, keeping a nice long spine. Let the chest drop down until you find your gentle stretch. Maybe the forearms are supporting you and your hands are stacked underneath your forehead. If that is working good for you, you might stay there. If you want to go a little deeper into this pose, you could flatten the hands under the forehead, stacking them flat, or you can reach your arms straight out in front of you and let your forehead meet the mat. So we want to make sure that the forehead is making contact with the surface, whether it's the hands, stacked fists, or the mat. So this feeling of the forehead, the third eye space, the front lobe of the brain, making contact with the earth, very grounding to the nervous system. So while we're here, feeling how the inhale expands the back body, the back ribs, and let the exhale drop you deeper into those roots. So the exhale sinks the hips a little closer to the heels, sinks the tops of the feet into the earth, sinks the forehead toward the earth, surrenders the front body, that quality of letting go and allowing ourselves to be held and anchored by the earth. Let yourself take a few more breaths here. Nervous system calming and shifting into parasympathetic nervous system as the front of the forehead makes contact with that ground. We'll take one more big breath here. Now on your next inhale, go ahead and come up. So if you're on the mat, you'll rise back up to your hands and knees. And if you're in a chair, you're going to rise back up to seated. We're going to take a couple rounds of cat-cow here just to wiggle up the spine. So let's find our roots. If you're seated, your feet are flat on the ground and your hands are on your thighs. Your sit bones are level in the chair. If you're working on your hands and knees, the tops of the feet and the shins press down. That takes a little pressure out of the knees so the roots can be more equally distributed through the legs. Your fingers are spreading and the tips of the fingers are very gently gripping the mat. The elbows are a little bit soft. We're rolling the shoulders onto the back. Draw in through the navel just to stabilize that lower back wherever you are. Now, let's take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, move into cat pose. So you're going to round the back, curl the tail under, tuck the chin. Wherever you are, whatever position you're in, it's a rounding. And then for the inhale, we're going to tilt the pelvis back, start to arch the back so the shoulders roll back, the chest is forward and up, and the gaze is forward and up. Let the exhale bring you back into your cat, curling under, pressing into those roots through the hands, the shins, and the tops of the feet. And then the inhale opens up the front body again. Tilt the pelvis back, sway the back, take the gaze and the chest forward. Let's do this one more time. Exhaling, press into those roots. Find that roundness. And inhaling to come back to that cow shape. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and make another transition to lying on our backs if we're working on the mat, And if you're in the chair, you can stay seated. So if you're working on the mat, go ahead and take your legs off to one side. Come to a seat. Extend your legs out in front of you and make your way to lying on your back. As you're resting here on your back, let's take a moment to connect to our roots again. So if you're seated, you can lean back in your chair. Feel the back of the chair supporting you. If you're lying on the back, feel the roots of the body all along the back side of the body, connecting you down into the earth. So notice for a moment all of the contact points of your body against a surface beneath or behind you. And as you breathe in, just sense the subtle expansion and lift in the body. And as you breathe out, let yourself surrender a little bit more, sinking into the support underneath and behind you. Feeling that sense of being anchored, of being rooted, of being held and supported by the earth. Let yourself take just a couple more breaths here. Just feeling that subtle, energetic body, grounded, safe, and secure. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and bend the knees. So if you're lying on your back, your knees are bent, your feet are going to be flat on the ground, your arms are going to be down by your sides. If you're working in a chair, your knees are bent with your feet flat on the ground, arms are pressing down into your thighs. So let's activate the roots here. We're going to press through the bottoms of the four corners of the feet. Press through the hands, the shoulders, and the arms. Feel the back muscles start to engage a little bit. Feel the roots of your feet and your legs. And without moving anything at all, just let yourself breathe here. Once again, feeling the contact points of your body with another surface and gently pressing into whatever surface is beneath you at all of those points. So we can even gently press into the back of the head, the back of the shoulder blades, the arms, the hands, the feet, maybe even the sit bones. Feel that strong engagement of your roots. And now, as you inhale, start to press a little bit more through the feet, the shoulders, the hands, the back of the head. Lift the hips any amount. And if you're seated in a chair, simply feel the press, almost like your bottom would lift out of the chair, but it doesn't because you're sitting. Take a moment while you're pressing to feel the strength of the anchor. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, let the pelvis melt back down if it's lifted, and then just relax all of those contact points. Soften through the hands, through the arms, through the shoulders, through the feet, through the legs, through the head and the neck. Once again, feel the gentle support of the earth as you are anchored solid and strong through your roots. Now, let's take the arms up over the head, any amount, reaching the arms back behind you if you're working on a mat, up over the head if you're working in a chair. If the legs are still folded, go ahead and extend the legs out long, any amount, to find a big stretch through the front of your body. Maybe wiggle a little bit to move the pelvis away from the rib cage. Take the arms a little bit longer, a bigger stretch through that front body, a big breath in. Now as you exhale, begin to fold. So if you're working on the chair, you're going to fold your upper body over your legs one more time. If you're working on the mat, you're going to fold your two legs in toward your body. We're going to wrap the arms around the legs, and you can do that a few ways. You can go arms around the shins, you can go hands behind the thighs, or hands on the kneecaps. So whatever works best for you to fold the legs into the body. So as you do this, I want you to feel, where are your roots here? So finding again all of the contact points of your body against another surface and letting your body drop in through those contact points, down through your roots into the earth. So maybe it's your sit bones, your legs, maybe it's your pelvis and your spine and your shoulder blades. So just notice, where are your roots? And how can you use the exhalations to drop a little deeper into those roots? Now feel like those roots are tethering you to the earth, and just gently rock from side to side. Wiggling out any tension along the spine, in the hips, the back, the shoulders. And now from here, you're going to make your way into a comfortable position for progressive relaxation. So if you're lying on the floor, you can extend the legs out long. If you'd like to put something under the knees, please do that. If you'd like to have something under the head, you can do that as well. We're going to bring the hands over the belly for a moment. So before we move into our progressive relaxation, if you'd like to elevate your legs, those of you who are seated, go ahead and do that. Let yourself get as comfortable as possible. Our root chakra, our root energy center, actually has a bandha, or a lock, that corresponds with this space. So it's almost like, ladies, it's sort of like doing a Kegel, or if you are trying to go to, you need to go to the bathroom really bad, but you can't because you have to hold it because you're far away from the bathroom. It's that kind of action. So you're squeezing around the perineum, the tailbone, and the pubic bone, squeezing in and up. This is our Muladhara Bandha, and it helps to hold the energy in that root chakra. So let's experiment with that just a little bit. Take a deep breath in, and then squeeze that Muladhara Bandha right around the perineum, the tailbone, and the pubic bone. And then on your exhale, relax everything. Let's do that a couple times. So inhale, squeeze that bandha, hold the breath just for a moment, and then exhale to relax. Let's do that one more time. Big inhale, squeeze the perineum, pause the breath, And then exhale to release. And now we're going to try to use that bandha and that breath for our progressive relaxation practice. And we're also going to use the color red, which is the color that represents the root, being anchored and being grounded. So I'm going to have you bring your awareness to a certain space in the body. You're going to inhale and fill that space up with red light and squeeze that Muladhara Bandha. And then on the exhale, you're going to relax everything. Okay? So let's start by bringing the awareness to the sole of the right foot. And now, as you inhale, fill up the right foot and the right leg with the color red. Squeeze the perineum, pausing the breath. And then as you exhale, let go of the bandha, completely relax the right leg and the right foot. Now, bring your awareness to the sole of the left foot. As you inhale, fill the left foot and the left leg with the color red. Squeeze that bandha at the perineum. Pause the breath. And then as you exhale, completely relax the left foot, the left leg. Now let your arms rest in a comfortable position. Bring your awareness to the palm of the right hand. As you inhale, fill the right hand and the right arm with the color red. Squeeze the perineum, that Muladhara Bandha, pausing the breath. And then exhale, releasing that bandha, completely relaxing the right hand and the right arm. Now bring the awareness to the palm of the left hand. As you inhale, feel the left hand and the left arm with the color red. Squeeze the perineum. Pause the breath. And as you exhale, completely relax the left hand, the left arm, and the bandha. Now bring your awareness to the pelvis. As you breathe in, fill the pelvic bowl with red light. Squeeze the perineum, pausing the breath. And then on your exhale, relax the buttocks, the lower belly, the lower back, and the perineum. Now bring your awareness to the rib cage. As you breathe in, fill the center of the body with that red light. Now squeeze the Muladhara Bandha at the perineum and pause to retain the breath. And then exhale and relax, letting go. Now bring your awareness to the shoulders. As you inhale, fill the chest, the shoulders, and the shoulder blades with that red light. Squeeze the Muladhara Bandha at the perineum. As you exhale, relax all around the upper chamber, around the heart, and soften the perineum. Now bring your awareness to the features of the face. As you breathe in, fill the neck, the throat, the face, the brain, and all the features of the face with that red light, squeezing the perineum, pausing to retain the breath. As you exhale, relax, softening the neck, letting the head be cradled, softening all the features of the face. As you continue to breathe, visualizing that gentle red glow over the entire body, feeling supported, held, safe, secure, and grounded. Gently moving the breath as that red glow moves through and around the body, continuing to swirl as you relax deeper, softening through the toes, through the arches of the feet and the ankles, surrendering the weight of the legs to be held by the earth, relaxing the knees and the hips, softening through the fingers, the wrists, and the hands, surrendering the weight of the arms to be held by the earth, relaxing the elbows and the shoulders, surrendering the weight of the pelvis, relaxing the bowl of the pelvis, and ease in the organs of the pelvis, surrendering the long spine, allowing the back body to be held and supported, feeling that that support translates to a lightness in the front body as you breathe, feeling supported and rooted and held allows us to soften, to receive the breath more fully. Feeling the softness around the throat, the ease in the neck and shoulders that allows the head to surrender its weight, to be held and supported. Allowing the nervous system to relax and soften. The safety and security translating into a softness of all the features in your face, the lips and the eyes, the jaw, the cheeks and the temples, and the forehead. Gentle breath, moving as you are held, supported through your roots by the earth. Taking another moment or two to rest and to breathe. Gentle red, rooted glow of safety through the whole body. On your next inhale, breathe deeply through the nose. And let the exhale fall out through the mouth. Take 2 more of these breaths. Letting your awareness move around this physical body one more time. Feeling the physical grounding of the body to the earth. Take a moment to gently wiggle the fingers and the toes. Move the tongue over the teeth. Wiggle the jaw. If you're lying on your back, take a moment to bend the knees. Roll over to one side and gently rest in a fetal position with the breath. Letting yourself stay heavy here for a moment longer. If you're working in a chair, go ahead and take your legs out of that second chair if they're elevated. Start to feel your feet press back down into the earth. If you're resting on your side, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Taking a moment wherever you are to ground. Maybe that's the sit bones. Maybe it's the feet pressing into the earth. If you're sitting cross-legged, feel the thighs root down and the sit bones ground. Let your hands rest palms down on the thighs, gently pressing. Visualize that red orb or that red jewel at the base of the perineum, the root energy center, lighting up down through the legs, down through your roots, into the earth. We can use this mudra of the hands facing palms down whenever we need a bit more grounding. Feel how the sense of being grounded and rooted translates into that lift and that rise through the spine, through the heart, and through the crown. Let's take a couple rounds of alternate nostril breath to finish our practice today. Bring the right hand up to the face, folding in the index and middle finger. Take a deep breath in through both nostrils. Using the right thumb against the right nostril, exhale from the left side. Inhale from the left side. Using the ring finger to press into the left nostril, exhale from the right. Inhale from the right. Switch nostrils, exhale from the left. Inhale from the left. Switch nostrils, exhale from the right. Switching just before the exhale. Take 2 or 3 more rounds of alternate nostril breath at your own pace. Using this breath practice to balance out left and right hemispheres of the brain, to balance out sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. When you feel ready, release the hand back down into the lap and just let yourself observe the natural breath. when you feel ready, bring your hands together in front of the heart. Take one more moment to feel those roots through the sit bones, through the legs, lengthen up through the spine, through the crown of the head. The light in me sees that same light in each of you. Thank you so much for being here with me today as we anchor our exploration of the chakras. Namaste.